allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Proof of posting in accordance with Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code as amended known as the Texas Open Meetings Act. At this time, members of the public who wish to speak shall each have 5 minutes to address the court.
We're having an open house on the 25th at 5:30 p.m. and we're inviting y'all and the whole public to come out and look at our stuff, look at our equipment, meet our crews. There'll be cake and cookies and punch, and we're celebrating 40 years of service.
40 years.
That's all I've got.
Thank you. And good job to the EMS. They do good.
If not, we'll go to item number 1 to approve the minutes of the January 30th meeting. February 6th.
About February 6th.
February 6th. Okay. February 6th. Well, we have on the agenda January the 30th, but I think we can go ahead with the February 6th meeting. Judge, my agenda has
I've got February 6th.
Gotta get you them updated agenda.
Well, holy cow.
Okay,
y'all.
be
I
okay.
can use Greg, yeah, that's Greg.
Just say what somebody did there. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Somebody did there. Somebody did their job. That way y'all look that way.
Yes, let's do the February 6th meetings, okay.
I make a motion to approve the February 6th minute.
Second.
All in favor, aye. Motion carries. Item number 2 is budget transfers and amendments.
We taking all that money out $362,194.87. So we're taking all that out and putting it in capital outlay.
Yes, we had paid, we had started paying out of capital outlay because we wanted to make only one transfer out of that special contingency fund because we had said we would only take out of that special contingency fund funds for the building, for the courtroom, or funds for the capital murder case. And so to make it real transparent that that's the only amount we're taking out of there. And that was the total amount left for this year on the contract. We paid part of it last year and then we're paying the balance this year. And that is the total amount And the only other thing that has come out of contingency, the regular contingency, we took the interest on that, tax case out of the regular contingency, is that right? So it's this amount for our capital outlay, and then any other funds that come out of that would have to be for capital murder case, out of that one line item. So rather than taking little amounts out each time we got an invoice on it, we wanted to do it all at one transfer, so it would be real clear that that's what it was, the total, and those two totals balanced together for the total of the contract. And that won't leave that much in our regular capital outlay account because it'll leave what we normally budget at about $200,000. It won't be $362,000 because we have one bill that hadn't been paid out of that other. And we had to go ahead and transfer this so it would be able to be paid out.
Make a motion to approve the budget transfer.
All in favor, aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 3 is to approve and pay the bills. You see at the bottom, that one amount that was waiting to be paid is $120,000 on the, courtroom remodel. But on the front page, it also is being charged, it's being charged for that other regular account. Discussion on the bills.
Make a motion to pay the bill.
Just one quick question. We have less inmates in Groesbeck?
Then what?
I'm looking
I
at.
mean, overall, we have less inmates, period.
Period.
Okay, good. I'm just looking at
At
the
times,
comparison.
we've had up to 70,
Yes.
and now we have in the 40s.
Okay, very good.
I didn't look this morning to see how many.
Okay.
How many do we have over here and how many over there, do you know?
We have about 21 or 22 here.
And about 20 over there?
Yes, if, maybe lower than that, 'cause we released 2
Very
from
good.
over there, so.
Very good. I second.
All in favor, aye? Motion carried. Item number 4 is payroll. Don't they look at the overall for the year, and as long as there's,
Kay used to keep up with that, but before she left a while back, I don't remember the reasoning, but she stopped tracking that, for whatever reason, and so we don't track that anymore. But I do note on the timesheets, anytime someone violates the policy with payroll dealing with the timesheet, and so I write it on there in a conversation between myself and the auditor. She felt, and I felt like it was essential that we start, even though I'm noting it on the timesheet, that we start bringing it
but
forward.
there is some, and I can't exactly remember because we haven't looked at it in a long time, but there is some provision, you know, if you
Yes,
happen to
ma'am.
run over in one time sheet that, in 1 week actually, then, it's more on an average.
What I understand it to be was to do with the Affordable Health Care Act, and if someone averages over 30, then we have to pay their insurance for the rest of the year.
Yes.
So that was the
Yes.
reasoning behind that. So if they go over 30 hours, then we mandatorily.
I don't know that it's in one, if it's 1 week or maybe
No, it's a average from what I understand.
Yeah, so we might have a discussion with the district judge about that, see where we are.
I know there was district court going on
Yeah,
that,
a lot of
that
court.
particular week.
Yeah.
And, but we just figured we would let y'all know, because it might be at a point where
Sure.
if it happens, you know, they may wanna make that full time, you know, if need be, so.
You said she just was twice last year, was all?
Yeah, for our conversation request, I went back and checked, and, we twice last year for the whole year, and so far twice this year already.
I mean, it's good to know that we can do that, because we were told that we
Well,
couldn't
the
do that
policy-
in Golden Bridge. I mean, even if we have an emergency, we couldn't do that, but, I mean, it's good to know, if that's something we can do, that's fine, I don't have a problem
You
with
might
it.
look at
For
the,
the policy says no. The policy says no full-time over, part-time over 29 hours. So I'm just noting, not saying you can violate the policy. I'm just noting on the
yes,
timesheet.
yes.
Is that a county policy, or is that,
Yes, sir.
It's a county policy, but also affects the insurance. We might have to cover someone on insurance if they do. Okay. We have a motion on to accept the payroll.
I'll make a motion to accept the payroll.
That's it.
Okay, right. Carried. Item number 5, reports. A report from Senior Services for January, JP2 for January, and the district clerk for January. Any other reports?
Do you have the county clerks?
Yeah, we did.
We do?
The single sheet.
There it is, I'm sorry. And the county clerk for February, for January, I'm sorry. Anything else? If not, do we have a motion to accept the reports?
Make a motion that we accept the reports.
Second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Item number 6, burn ban. It is not on. Okay. Item number 7, road use agreements. I don't have these, anyone? Item number 8, bonds and education certificates. Nope. Item number 9, to reschedule or cancel the 20th Commissioners Court meeting. I believe everybody's going to a conference, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
We don't have, we don't need to do payroll, and we don't need to do any bills next time, so, I think that, we can just cancel that meeting for the 20th.
Do we need a motion on that? We do. I need a motion that we cancel the meeting on the 20th.
Second.
All in favor, aye. Motion carried. Item number 10 is to accept a $500 donation from Community National Bank and Trust for senior services. Do we have that?
I've never, this is the first I saw of it.
Do we have anything on that?
Stephanie was gonna get in contact with the auditor.
Okay.
I didn't hear.
We'll go to item number 11, and we'll come back to that. To consider replat for the Christensen Estate Subdivision Track 4A and Track 4B. You have that, Andy?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Looked at it, talked to Mr. Sellers, looks fine to me.
all right. Is there a motion?
Yes, ma'am.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All fair aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Who seconded it? I'm sorry.
Ma'am?
Who seconded it?
Right.
Thank you.
And do we need to sign that? You have it over there?
Got it. Here,
Okay. Look and see if we all need to sign it, or
you gonna go on down, gonna be looking?
item number 12 is the Freestone County Children's Advocacy Center Protocol. We have to renew this every 3 years.
Yes, ma'am, and so we already have this protocol, we're already under this protocol right now, and like Judge says, every 3 years, we have to renew it. It's basically just laying out what each entity is in charge of when it comes to crimes against children and sexual abuse. Obviously, that's entailing a lot more people. Luckily for us, we have the Advocacy Center here where the Waco Center comes over to do forensic interviews. It's dealing with children, as well as helping us get people over to Waco to get them in front of a sane nurse if we have to do any medical examination or anything like that. But this document, the good thing about it is, like I said, there's a lot of moving parts between my office, between law enforcement, between potentially a forensic interviewer, between a sane nurse, between the advocacy center. So this lays out kind of what those protocols are and how to go through getting things done. The good thing is, right now, I believe that Freestone County is working really well with the advocacy center. Law enforcement, my office, I believe that there's nothing in this protocol that we don't already do. And so again, it's just something memorializing what needs to be done when those cases start coming through. I don't know what, my copy does not have the, is there a sign?
Sign on the back.
Okay, and who's it set up to sign? I have signed it and sent mine.
Yes, they were gonna send yours directly to you.
Yes, and I have signed and sent.
Okay, and then I'll sign these two, and we'll send them all. Okay. And okay, do we have a motion to enter into this agreement?
I'll make that motion. I said.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. And I guess Pilar will scan this in and send it to you.
Yes, ma'am, when we get done, I'll walk over and, she should have the contact. I'm sure that's how she got the.
Yes, there's an
the copy.
email on the back of
Okay,
this.
good, good, good.
This is the 13th. Yes, tomorrow's Valentine's Day.
Thank you, Ted.
Give you a heads up so you maybe won't be in trouble. There you go. All right. Item number 13, consider advertising for bids for selection of the county depository.
Yes, so I started looking at the county depository. We renew every 2 years. We have to go out for bids for the county depository. And I knew that was coming up. It said in my notes in May when it's been done. So I started looking at it because I would like to maybe talk to the banks about going into a remote deposit type thing this year and seeing if that would work for us. And so I started looking at it and went back to some information that I'd gotten at a conference, the New Treasure Conference. And we actually have to advertise that 60 days before the bids are due. So that doesn't put us in May, that puts us now. So I needed to go ahead and get on the agenda to get approval to go out for the advertising. In the past, that's always, went out for advertising.
We have a motion to go out for bids for selection of the county depository.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
We have 2 seconds. All in favor, aye. Well, that is everybody. Motion carried. Any comments from commissioners or members?
There's gonna be a chili supper at Southern Oaks this weekend, and there'll also be one in Kirby this weekend, so get out and support your fire departments. I know they really appreciate it, and that they were always really good, and they're sure an asset to our county.
And both of those will be Saturday evening.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, anything else?
You had a very successful chili supper. They sold out. It was supposed to be there until 5. They sold out at 3.
That's good. Anything else? If not, do we have a motion to adjourn?
That motion.
Second.
All in favor, aye. Adjourn.